What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out, Darky, Alistair Scott, for coming through and boosting up the coins. So, obviously, listen, AJ and Dubois, it's kind of over now. It's been only been 5 weeks, but still, it's more or less over. Let's tell the truth. That said, I've been meaning to go over this. It's a bit of a let's call it Throwback Thursday. Yeah, this is Throwback Thursday. That's what we're doing right now. I don't want people to forget the level and the concentration of homosexualismists that was going on before the Dubois fight. And this guy, we're going to read some of the comments in a minute, but listen to Ben. Listen here.
Look, we know that you're a student of the game. You know all this stuff we're saying to you anyway. But just talk to me about those kind of comments.
I just get. It's hard for me to go into complete detail, to even be enthusiastic about explaining these things. But just very simply, people keep going on about double jab. Can't counter if it's a double jab. Ngannou, when he got dropped and countered, threw a double jab. Like, I think that, you know, yes, Dubois can take a lot of confidence from the fights, his last couple of fights. Same with Ngannou, took a lot of confidence from the Fury fight. I think that when they fight Joshua, they seem to think that, if we're aggressive, you know, he's an unbelievable counter-puncher. And I think that, you know, if anybody thinks that they can just come in and start winging punches at AJ, they'll very quickly find out, as Ngannou did.
It's the hubris for me. It's the hubris. Like, same as the, I want to put that Usyk fight right for him. Yes, listen, am I being unfair here? As a trainer, do you have to think that way? Should you think that way? You're not going to tell your fighter, come to me and I'm not going to put it right for you. Come to me and I'll help you lose to Usyk a third time. It's kind of like things that don't need to be said. Actions speak louder than words. Yeah? And if it was me, I'd be saying, listen, I can't tell you who he is or isn't going to beat. What I can tell you is, someone's getting a hell of a whooping or we're getting clipped. That's what I can tell you. I can guarantee you that. We're going in there totally ferocious. And maybe our opponent, maybe Usyk, can box our head off. That's all you can really offer these fighters, man. Yeah, that's all you can offer them. You can't offer them, well, you don't realise that we can slip the double jab and we can Ngannou was doing this and you can't run into us. Turns out you can just run spark into AJ. It's like, you don't even know your fighter like that. AJ's problem, Ben, okay, his problem was he don't want to fight. That's the core here. He knows what to do. He knew what to do against Vlad, if that makes sense. Watch the Vlad fight. The first 4 rounds, he's in there faffing around having a look. The 5th round, he puts the hammer down and knocks Vlad down. That's the bottom line here. The Vlad fight is the best example. It's something that sums up AJ's the way he is. Well, in all fights, to be honest, being ferocious, that doesn't mean you have to run forward all the time. But having bad intentions is what's important. Bad intentions. When AJ comes out and he's pouring, no one can tell me, and I was saying at the time, no one can tell me AJ had bad intentions in front of there with Wallin. He's in there looking, nothing spiteful. Get on him. You're the powerful guy in that fight in particular. And even if you're not the powerful guy, look at the people were saying AJ's got much more power than Dubois. Dubois could have come out. And to be honest, I thought, I was saying before the fight, we don't know what Dubois is going to turn up. It might be the case, the moment's got too big for Dubois, and he goes in there and he's gun shy as well, respecting, hearing all the hype about AJ's power. It turns out, Danny D couldn't give 2 hoots. And that fight, Dubois versus AJ, shows you the premium of having a go. And even look at Cameron versus Whittaker. Cameron could have easily, them first 2 rounds, he was getting boxed up. He could have easily said, I'm the B-side, this guy's the big I am. He stayed calm and he was building. So it's a mindset thing. And AJ didn't have the mindset. Once he was already half knocked out and he realised he was in a scrap, fair play to him. He came out in the 5th round and tried to have a go. He started the wrong way though. And he's been doing that. Look at Hellenius, people. With fighters like Hellenius and Wallin, someone of AJ's calibre, if his head's right, You walk straight through them. That's what you do with that caliber. Wallin wasn't even there to fight. Hellenius wasn't. Hellenius was faffing around. They're slow, and Hellenius had 2 days' notice. Wallin was scared to death. You go straight through them if you've got anything about you. That's what I believe happens. He didn't. And he came out against Dubois, and all the hype about AJ's power. AJ was the only one scared about power in there. Dubois came straight out, stiff jab, right in his mouth, off the rip. Not playing. There was no like... And listen, Dubois is not the perfect fighter historically. When he was in there with Usyk, he was... Watch that fight, you can see it yourself. He's boxing, he's not committing. He's not ready to spark in there. So he's learnt. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to learn from your losses. Dubois, no one can ever take that away from Dubois now. No one can ever take away that from Dubois. What he's done. Coming back from the ultimate, the trough of adversity. Jumping on your knees. And then he's walking through Miller. Walking through Hrgović. And he's actually getting better as well in terms of the results. I actually think that the Hrgović is the best win. Because he beat the fight. Hrgović didn't want no more. Hrgović didn't blatantly quit. He was on the way there though. He didn't want no more. Hrgović didn't want no more, man. He didn't want no more. And that's crazy to do that. Hrgović was telling us, oh man, I'm from Croatia and we get overlooked and we're broke. So for a guy with that mentality, the Croatian, Eastern European type mentality, to not want no more, yeah, to make a man who ain't got nothing, who's on the way up, not want no more, that is top. And we still ain't heard from Hrgović. He's been missing. Yeah, Dubois more or less retired his ass, bro. Dubois showed Hrgović what the fight game really about. Zhang didn't do that. Zhang did not show Hrgović what the fight game was about. He did not. Zhang was in there going life and death. Yeah, Dubois had got Hrgović having second thoughts now about the fight game. That's what happened in that fight. It was completely mind-blowing for him. Because he was finished in that one. Anyway, listen, Ben. I don't know who these mystical Maggie type cats. The mystical Maggie type cats. Ben Custia Davidson. I ain't sure about him. Yeah, now people are saying, well, Fabio Wardley. I like Fabio, but Fabio was doing that before Ben, though. To be fair, yeah, I don't see what improvements there've been with Fabio, to be honest. If anything, watch the first Clark fight. Fabio's in there making a meal of it. And that was with Ben Davidson. I believe what changed between the first fight and the second fight with Clark was Fabio himself. He decided, I'm not playing with this guy. I'm hitting him spark on his head. See that there? Nothing to do with a trainer. If you come in there with bad intentions, it adds value, that's for sure. You can still lose, but I'm gonna lose with bad intentions behind me. Spiteful. Oh, YB, well, you're not in there, so it's difficult. Listen, I'm just telling you what the history shows. I don't have to be in there to know. Being spiteful. Or just do something else, man. Start laying some bricks or something. Putting some plumbing in, or doing some... become a lecky. Yeah? That's what you should do. If you don't really want to fight. If you think you can get through the game pot-shotting and party tricking and... It's not likely to go that way, especially at that level, the peak pinnacle level in the heavyweight division. So, listen, Ben, is Ben the worst trainer? No, he's not the worst trainer. I think he's pretty solid in a lot of ways. Equally though, that was the worst AJ I've ever seen. I've got to be honest. That was the worst AJ. But again, it could be the case that AJ's head. It could be the case, and it looked like that anyway. But then again, AJ's always looked like that though. He's always, recently at least, he's always looked... Against Wallin, Hellenius, he's scared to have a go. He looked better under... I watched back the Franklin fight. AJ was more confident with Franklin than he was with Wallin or Hellenius. I don't know what that's about at all. And even with Dubois, he comes out and he's posturing. Second guessing himself. Anyway, before we finish up, let's look at these comments. Look here. This is the Masexualists I was talking about, referencing at the start of the video. Ben is very calculated, intelligent, composed dude. He knows his beans from what I've seen. This coach is deep, not ready to give anything. It's like, what? You man watch too much anime. That's what this was here, folks. There's too many man Kane in the anime, man. You think it's like, oh man, he's deep and he's not, he's keeping his secrets, his magic, the magic of the Sith. Too much anime for you, man. Turn the anime off, man. You watch too much fantasy films. That's what you be doing. Ben is growing on me. Pause. The very focused trainer is exactly what Joshua needs to make sure this remains as one side as it looks. Oops. Ben is legit. See what I mean? This is like, come on, man. It's legit the future of British. Because you, man, was running with what everyone was saying. AJ's going to knock him out with the first round that lands. That's what your mum was doing. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about with the anime shtick, people. Watch this one here. Ben's always cryptic. The looks on his face. His financial expressions tell me... Sorry. His facial expressions tell me everything I need to know. AJ inside 5. Oh man, this cat here needs to show his betting slip. That's what he needs to do. King 7-3. Oh, this guy got it right. Dubois is going to do a number on AJ within the 6 rounds. Oh, he edited it though. That's a cheat. Oh man. Anyway, listen. Ben's doing better than me, but still, I'd like to see a bit more substance. You can't only take the horse to the water. You can't make it drink. No, Ben might have done loads of man. Then again, let's call a spade here. To be fair, in the corner, man. In the corner. Your advice was weak. Telling AJ to lead off with the uppercut. So really, yes, we can all... Someone was saying, oh, well, if AJ had led off with the uppercuts and knocked Dubois back out, everyone would say how great he was. Maybe. But look how Dubois got at it. Yeah? There's structure there. Getting his jab going. Consistent. Working his way into range. Not just looking to sit back and for a set piece. I'm sorry, that's bad advice. AJ, and I said it, but the crazy thing is, I was the only one to call it before the fight. I said, watch out, these men are trying to pull the party trick again. They think they're going to spend the whole camp dipping and winging the right hand in some sort of fashion. And that's what they did. So I'm sorry, actually, on hindsight, a trainer who prepares for a set piece, you hear it here, oh, Dubois tried to get us with a double jab. I mean, Mbongo tried to get us with a double jab. So watch out, folks. We know how to count off a double jab. So they've gone into that camp telling people, hey man, listen, post up, AJ, when you see a jab or double jab, you're going to do this and that, and it'll be over. That's what they prepared for, and that's how it looked. That's why AJ was like, whoa, what's going on? When it was all kicking off, he didn't know what was going on. He was all like, whoa, man, it's too much. Because all he'd been doing in training was, up. So in the minute that set piece was out, he's completely forgot all the basics. Because all he was set up for was that one set. He was looking for that one set thing. And with someone like Mbongo, it could have been just luck as well, to be honest. Mbongo was lost with the sauce after the Fury fight. So it could be... That Mbongo fight was the aligning of the stars. It all lined up. But it didn't necessarily mean, which a lot of the Aj-Masexuals were forgetting, it didn't necessarily mean it carried any weight for future success. Oops. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, like off the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this one, people. Stop it.